If you've watched any of my YouTube videos, you've probably seen the paint pour wall art in my living room that I created a few years back. I love them and they're not going anywhere, but I have an idea to create another paint pour piece for the holidays. If you're like me, you don't want to spend a lot of money on a wall art piece that's only going to be displayed in your home a few months out of the year. That is why we're going to DIY. I picked up two 30 by 40 canvases from Hobby Lobby. I find Hobby Lobby to have the best deal on these larger canvases. I had a few ideas on what type of design I wanted to do on these. At first I thought maybe I would make a wreath, and then I thought let's do a tree. Now I was a little nervous to just go for it and do a tree on these big canvases, so I had a smaller canvas that I practiced on first. I added some white paint and paint pour medium together, put it on my smaller canvas because you want to completely cover your canvas before you start your piece. Then I added paint in greens and neutrals and black. Then using my blow dryer, I moved the paint around. After I did this paint pour piece, I really didn't like the shape of the trees. I was wanting them to be a little bit thinner, so I decided whenever I moved to the larger piece, I was going to change up the shape of the trees. I do think it's a good idea to practice first before you do a larger wall art piece. Then I moved on to my larger wall art piece, and again, I'm gonna do it the exact same way. Whenever you're doing a paint pour, you need to put down a solid color. I usually like to do white, but you could do any other color. So I'm gonna mix a paint pouring medium with a white color paint, and I'll put it on the top of my canvas. I had to mix this up several times to get enough paint on there. Then I'm going to move the canvas around so that every inch of my canvas, even the sides, is covered with that paint. So on my canvas, I want to create 3 trees. So I'm going to start on one side doing one tree at a time. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to draw a vertical line with my paint pour paints. I'm using greens, blacks, and neutral colors to achieve this look. Once I have that straight line on, I'm going to be using my blow dryer. You gotta be really careful with your blow dryer because this can get out of hand really fast. I'm actually having my blow dryer very vertical with this canvas, and I'm just lightly pushing the paint out until I get to the end of that line. Take a step back, look at it. If you feel like you need to add a little bit more of the blow dryer to move the paint, do that. You can also add additional paint. If you're not liking the colors, you can put in additional paint to get more of whatever color you're going for. As I was doing this, I kind of realized which color I wanted to put down first, so it was on the underside. I was hoping to get a lot of the green coming through. Now I'm going to move to my larger tree, and to do that, I'm just going to make the line a little bit longer. That's gonna make a variation in height on my trees. I'll add all the paint on, and then I'll use my blow dryer to spread the paint out. Now in between my 2 trees, I'm going to put a smaller one in the middle. Again, same steps. However high I want my tree is how much paint I will put up to the line. And then I'll use the blow dryer on that paint. Now I have a second canvas to make, and I wanted these 2 canvases to be mirror images of each other. Started the exact same way, mixing paint pour medium with white paint, putting that on my canvas. I'll move it around to cover the entire canvas. Since I wanted them to be a mirror image, I put both of my prints next to each other so that while I was creating them, I was making the trees the exact same height. It was okay if they weren't perfect, they weren't exactly the same, but I wanted to try my best to make them look similar because they're gonna be on either side of my fireplace. Whenever you're doing paint pour, you have to let it sit and dry at least overnight. Sometimes I will let it dry 2 days, but once it's completely dry, you can hang it up in your home. And I have to say, I think these are gonna be perfect for the holiday season. If you've made it this far in the video, thank you so much for watching. Comment the word of the day, which is Christmas decor. Have you ever wanted to create large ornaments to set out in your decor? I'm going to show you how to put them together with Dollar Tree supplies. Pick up 2 glass bowls from Dollar Tree and some Dollar Tree mason jar lids. I'm going to take E6000 and put it along the top of one of my bowls. Then I'll take the other glass bowl and set it directly on top of where the E6000 was. Then to create a little topper for my ornament, I'm gonna pull off a mason jar lid. I'll glue the part that kind of comes off of the mason jar lid onto the part that screws on, and then I'll add E6000 to the bottom of my lid and place it onto the glass bowl. With E6000, you wanna let this sit overnight. After it had a chance to dry, I wanted to spray paint it. I decided to go with 2 different colors of gold. One was more of a copper color and the other was more of a metallic traditional gold. I'll spray 2 coats on both of the ornaments. And here's how they look in my decor. Sometimes I will show you guys things on this video that are hard to find at Dollar Tree, but these white ornaments are typically out early at Dollar Tree, so I'm hoping that you can find it at your store. I purchased one of these large white ornaments. I also picked up some gold leaf. They have this in like the Dollar Tree Plus section. To add the gold leaf to my white ornament, I'm going to add Mod Podge with a foam brush to the bottom half of the ornament. Then I'm going to take the gold leaf and press it onto my ornament. I'd never really used gold leaf before. This was interesting and fun to add on. The cool thing about the gold leaf is you can add on as much or as little as you like. Then I put it in a paint skewer and let it sit and dry overnight. Next day I came back and I added a top coat to my entire ornament to really lock that gold leaf in place so that when I hung it on my tree, it didn't go everywhere. The top to my ornament was silver, so I spray painted it with a gold color. Once everything had a chance to dry, I put the topper back on. I added some floral wire to hang it on my tree. Hey guys, I'm Liz and you're watching my second DIY channel where I post daily DIY videos. You may be familiar with my main channel, Liz Fenwick DIY, but I'm glad that you found me over here on my second channel. Make sure that you're subscribed so you just get notified every day when I post our daily DIY video.